Bexar County's current sheriff has spent the past 5 decades tearing down walls and defining the status quo in male-dominated fields. A real trailblazer for women, Susan has started her career in the United States Air Force when less than 1.5% of the armed forces were women. Never letting odds stand in her way, Susan achieved the rank of Major General and served in the Pentagon. She also served in several personnel management positions in Washington, D.C. and Texas, and commanded both the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama, as well as the Air Force Personnel Center in Randolph Air Force Base here in San Antonio. Any other person's resume might have stopped here, and that would have been fine for them, but this wasn't enough for Susan. After she retired from the Air Force, she served in the highest levels of the corporate world as Senior Vice President at USAA. On November 6, 2012, Susan became the first woman elected as Sheriff of Bexar County, where she is committed to public safety, steadfast stewardship of taxpayer dollars, improvements in technology and facilities, family violence prevention initiatives, and mental health in the criminal justice system. Sheriff Pamerleau has spent every second of her career impacting the workforce in positive ways and making it better for women and men.
Somebody mentioned to me, I think you ought to run for sheriff. And I said, yeah, right. Never been in law enforcement. But when you look at what the role of the Bexar County Sheriff is, leading an organization of almost 2,000 people, overseeing an operational budget of around $135 million, plus medical and healthcare oversight, plus our capital projects, that's big business. And with my experience in the Air Force, in the corporate world at USAA, I knew that my skills and experience would lend themselves to being the sheriff of Bexar County. I think for all of us in leadership positions, it's about taking care of people. Because if you take care of the people, they'll take care of the mission. Well, I would say I'd give the same advice to everyone, and that is the most important job you'll ever have is the one you're in right now. Because if you don't do that well, you're not going to get the opportunities for the next job or the next exciting adventure. And so often people are thinking, gosh, if only I could get that job, or that's the dream job that's going to get me to where I want to be. If your focus is there, it's not going to be on getting the job done. Thank you so much for this honor, and I'm humbled by being included with all of these talented women business leaders. Actually, these talented business leaders who just happen to be women.